It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. You know, I'm not a big fan of that Amplify contract that HP has, right? I've done a couple videos on that. I call HP the overreaching OEM. I think HP is one of the biggest threats to the dealers in the marketplace today from an OEM standpoint. I mean, they can go direct to end users pretty quick. The only thing they're waiting for is those big giant A3s to become a whole bunch of A4s. They won't need you, folks. But I ran across this article that was written in an Australian blog, and it was an interesting article. The gentleman that wrote the article took a letter that a major distribution house had mailed all of its customers. And he published the letter. And the letter was written by Alex, and Alex owns a company called Dynamic Supplies, which is a huge distribution business in the Australian marketplace. They're probably about a $300 million, if you applied US dollars to the revenue, it'd be about $300 million business, so they're not a small distributor by any means. But Alex wrote a letter, and the letter got published, and I want to share that letter with you. I normally don't like to just read a letter on the end of the day with Ray, but it's so important to me because Alex going above and beyond protecting his customers. He sees this Amplify contract as a big, big threat, and he's going to do something about it. He's not going to be part of it. And that's a big risk because he gave away a lot of money to do that. And it's not about the money, obviously, with Alex. It's about his reputation, and it's about his loyalty to his customers. But ladies and gentlemen, the article was published in the Australian news agency blog, published by a gentleman named Mark Fletcher. And Mark Fletcher put Alex's letter in there, and I'm just going to read you Alex's letter to his customers. As you may be aware, HP recently introduced changes to their distribution partners agreements by introducing a new global partner program called Amplify. This new program, effective 1 November 2020, immediately impacted the HP print consumables and hardware categories, and as a result, we advised the retraction of all HP discounts and rebate programs. Can you believe that, folks? This man gave up all the rebates, all the bonuses he was going to get from HP. He's not going to be able to pass those, obviously, on to his reseller partners. But he's telling them why he's doing it. I'm going to continue to read the letter. One of the conditions of the new Amplify program is the compulsory reporting to HP of extremely detailed private data, including confidential customer and inventory-related information. We are very concerned that HP wants this information, which includes your end-user drop-ship information, including customer names and addresses and purchase data, in addition to sell-through data on compatible versus HP OEM. Can you imagine? Can you imagine asking a distributor, hey, I need to know if Billy bought OEM from me or did Billy buy, reman cartridges from my friends at Clover? What are they doing? I need to know how many they're buying of ours and how many they're buying. It's none of their damn business, that's what I'd say. I think Alex is spot on here. I write you today to advise that Dynamic Supplies will not comply with this data collection program and will not at any stage provide your private customer data without your express consent. He's telling his resellers, I'm not giving them any data unless you tell me I can. And who would ever do that? Who would agree to that? Well, everybody that signs that Amplify contract's agreeing to that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's tough. It conflicts with core values of our organization, and we believe this sets a dangerous precedent within the print distribution channel. Whilst the request for information from HP may or may not be illegal, we regard this as highly unethical program. Highly unethical. HP is offering significant incentives and rebates for this data, and we regard this as a little more than a bribe. Dynamic Supplies have opted out of this program and are referring this matter to the ACC. Folks, the Australian court, he wants to test it, see what's going on there, challenge it. Good for Alex. I'm proud of you, Alex. Dynamic Supplies has always operated with the best interest of our resellers at heart. We are communicating this information so that you are aware that if you purchase HP products from another authorized HP partner, those partners will be providing this data to HP as part of the Amplify program. I think a lot of people might start asking these questions. If you're buying from a distributor, are they buying through the Amplify program? Are you buying through the Amplify program? Do you absolutely know exactly what HP's getting as part of the Amplify program? Folks, we can't be afraid to ask these questions. We can't be afraid to publish articles about Amplify. We got to talk about this as resellers, as distribution centers, because the protection of customer information to resellers should be at front, foremost, important. My gosh, we don't want to give away our customer data and information in a declining, consolidating marketplace. We want to give away customer information. Are you kidding me? That should be the most protected thing you have. That's your business. just mind boggles me. Alex goes on to say 17 years ago, Dynamic Supplies fought a similar battle with HP to protect the best interest of our reseller customers. This included the refusal to collect and supply end-user data and support predatory pricing behaviors. It is familiar territory for us, and we will again defend the interest of our channel. Alex, kudos to you and your team at Dynamic Supplies. I wish you the best down there. Keep up the fight. I'm glad I was able to find this letter and have a chance to talk to you, Alex. I look forward to having you on the end of the day with Ray one day. But the bottom line, my friends, it's up to us as resellers, all of you. It's up to you as a group of resellers to protect your customers' data at all costs. At all costs. And you know, you gotta question sometimes, is the bribe really worth the data? Just something to think about, because we all know this, my friends. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all on Monday.